Welcome back to another escapade with ViewX, y'all. Get ready to yodel your way into this one because we're heading to Switzerland. Land of cheese, chocolate, and mountains that look like they were painted by Bob Ross himself. This ain't just any trip. It's a 2-week, jam-packed adventure through the best Switzerland has to offer. We're talking picture-perfect villages, crystal-clear lakes that'll make you want a skinny dip. Don't actually. It's probably freezing, and enough fondue to make a cheese monster blush. Over the course of this video, we'll be your tour guides, your virtual travel buddies. We'll hit all the must-sees, give you the inside scoop on where to find the best chocolate, because priorities, and even throw in some tips to make your Swiss adventure unforgettable. So buckle up, grab your passports, and get ready to say Gruezi to the trip of a lifetime. First stop, Zurich. This city's got it all: history, culture, and enough chocolate shops to satisfy even the biggest chocoholic. Yes, Oprah, I know that includes you too. We're starting our day in the heart of Zurich, the old town. Imagine cobblestone streets, cute little shops, and buildings older than your grandma's secret cookie recipe. Trust me, it's charming as heck. Next up, we're diving into Swiss history at the Swiss National Museum. Now I know what you're thinking. Museums? On vacation? But trust me, this ain't your average snooze fest. They've got everything from medieval armor to, wait for it, a real-life Roman bath. And to wrap up our day in Zurich, we're taking a relaxing boat ride on Lake Zurich. Imagine the sun setting over the water, the gentle breeze in your hair, and maybe a swan or two swimming by. It's the perfect way to end our first day in Switzerland. Oh, and did I mention the accommodation for tonight is a steal at 150 Swiss francs for two? You're welcome. Day 2, and we're off to Lucerne. This city's like something straight out of a fairy tale, with its medieval architecture, sparkling lake, and a lion carved into a rock wall. Yes, you heard that right, a lion. First on our agenda is the iconic Chapel Bridge, the oldest covered wooden bridge in Europe. It's like taking a step back in time, except instead of horse-drawn carriages, you might see a tourist or two trying to take the perfect selfie. Next up, we're paying our respects to the Lion Monument. This poignant sculpture commemorates the Swiss guards who died during the French Revolution. It's a powerful reminder of the past and definitely worth a visit. And because no trip to Lucerne is complete without it, we're ending our day with a cruise on Lake Lucerne. Get ready for breathtaking views of the mountains, crystal clear waters, and maybe even a glimpse of a traditional Swiss chalet. Plus, tonight you'll be cozying up in a lovely Lucerne hotel for just 140 Swiss francs for two. What a deal! Hey everyone, buckle up because today we're heading to Interlaken. You know, that place in Switzerland that looks like it's straight out of a postcard? Imagine crystal clear lakes, snow-capped mountains, and more adventure than you can shake a hiking stick at. And speaking of hiking sticks, you might want to pack one because Interlaken is all about embracing your inner daredevil. We're talking paragliding off mountains, whitewater rafting through rapids, and maybe even some skydiving if you're feeling extra adventurous. Don't worry, if heights aren't your thing, there's plenty to do on solid ground too. How about a relaxing cruise on Lake Thun or Lake Brienz? You can soak up some sun, admire the scenery, and maybe even spot a castle or two. And if you're looking for the best views in town, hop on the funicular up to Harder Kulm. It's like stepping onto a giant postcard, trust me. You can see everything from up there. The Eiger, Monch, Jungfrau Mountains, the whole shebang. After a long day of adventuring, you're going to need a cozy place to rest your head. And let me tell you, Interlaken has got you covered with charming chalet-style hotels and guest houses. Plus, the food scene here is incredible, so get ready for some delicious Swiss specialties. Think fondue, raclette, and maybe even some chocolate fondue for dessert, because why not? Get ready for an unforgettable experience because today we're taking you to the top of Europe. Well, not literally the top, but pretty darn close. We're talking about Jungfraujoch, the highest railway station in Europe, perched high up in the Swiss Alps. Now, to reach this majestic wonderland, we'll be hopping on a scenic train ride that's an adventure in itself. Picture this, you're gliding past towering mountains, sparkling glaciers, and charming alpine villages, all while sipping on some hot chocolate. It's the kind of journey that makes you want to break into a yodel, but maybe save that for the top, for the acoustics. Once you arrive at Jungfraujoch, prepare to have your breath taken away, literally, because the altitude is no joke. But trust me, the views are totally worth it. You'll be surrounded by a panoramic vista of snow-capped peaks, glistening glaciers, and a sky so blue it seems unreal. It's like stepping into a winter wonderland, even in the middle of summer. And while you're up there, don't miss the Ice Palace, a magical wonderland carved entirely from ice. You'll find ice sculptures, frozen tunnels, and even an ice throne where you can channel your inner ice queen or king. Just try not to let it go to your head, okay? Okay, adventure lovers, get ready for a change of pace because today, we're traveling back in time to the charming medieval city of Bern, the capital of Switzerland. Now, Bern is like stepping into a storybook. Imagine cobblestone streets, colorful fountains, and historic buildings that look like they haven't aged a day since the 15th century. And the best part? You can explore it all on foot. Well, unless you want to befriend a bear, because Bern is famous for its resident bears. You heard me right, bears. They have a whole bear park, the Bear Park, where these furry friends roam free and do their bear thing. It's pretty amazing to see them up close and personal, but maybe don't try to give them a high five, for safety reasons. Besides the bears, Bern is also home to some pretty impressive sights, like the Zittglocke clock tower, an astronomical clock from the 16th century that puts on a little show every hour. And don't even get me started on the fountains. They're everywhere, and each one is more unique and ornate than the last. Oh, and if you're feeling peckish, be sure to try some Berner Platt, a hearty dish that's basically a culinary tour of Bern's specialties. Trust me, you won't leave hungry. Day 6, everybody, and we're off to Zermatt. You know those little snow globe towns? Zermatt is basically the real-life version of that. Nestled in the Swiss Alps, this place is straight out of a storybook. And the star of the show? The Matterhorn, of course. Hop on the Gornergrat Railway for a scenic journey to the Gornergrat. It's like a mountaintop paradise with mind-blowing views. Get ready to be pampered in a cozy, chalet-style hotel. Good morning, adventurers. Today we're diving headfirst into the heart of the Swiss Alps. That's right, we're spending another glorious day in Zermatt, but this time we're getting up close and personal with the Matterhorn. Now listen closely because this is important. Hiking around the Matterhorn is not for the faint of heart. This is serious mountain terrain, people. But don't worry, there are trails for all skill levels, from leisurely strolls to challenging climbs. And trust me, the views are worth every step. Imagine this. Crisp mountain air filling your lungs, the sound of cowbells echoing in the distance, and the Matterhorn looming large above you. It's enough to make you want to burst into a spontaneous yodel. Just me? Okay, moving on. If you're feeling really adventurous, you can even try your hand at some rock climbing. Don't worry, you don't have to be Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. There are plenty of guided tours for beginners. But hey, if you do happen to scale the Matterhorn without any ropes or harnesses, be sure to send me a postcard. After a long day of exploring, you're going to be ready for a hearty Swiss meal. And what better way to refuel than with a steaming bowl of fondue? I'm telling you, that melted cheese is like a warm hug for your stomach. And maybe a little chocolate fondue for dessert? It's a vacation. Live a little. Bonjour from Montreux. We're trading in our hiking boots for lakeside luxury. First up, the fairy-tale-esque Chillon Castle. This medieval fortress sits on a tiny island in Lake Geneva. After exploring the castle, stroll along the lakeside promenade. Enjoy gardens, sculptures, and a statue of Freddie Mercury. Don't miss Montreux's vibrant music scene and jazz festival. Grab a seat at a cozy cafe, sip Swiss wine, and enjoy the music. For dinner, try fresh fish and a decadent chocolate dessert. Hey everybody, welcome back to day 9 of our Swiss adventure. Today we're in Lausanne, home to the International Olympic Committee. I mean, how cool is that? It's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but for athletes. First up, the Olympic Museum. You know I love museums, especially when they involve sports I can watch from the comfort of a couch. You can learn all about the history of the games, from ancient Greece to the present day. They've even got torches, medals, and outfits worn by actual Olympians. Imagine the stories those outfits could tell. Next, we're heading to the Lausanne Cathedral, a beautiful Gothic masterpiece. I hear the stained glass windows are breathtaking. Be sure to take a moment of quiet reflection in there. And if you see a stained glass window of me dancing, it's not real. Don't be fooled. After that, take a stroll through the city center and soak up the charming atmosphere. Lausanne is known for its steep hills, so be prepared for a workout. But hey, think of it as training for the Olympics, right? And with that, we're off to another amazing Swiss city tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. Bonjour from Geneva, everyone. It's day 10 and we're talking peace, diplomacy, and hopefully some delicious chocolate. Geneva is a global city, home to the United Nations office and the Red Cross. First stop, the UN office. It's like the grown-up version of the United Nations model at your school, but with real-life diplomats. You can take a guided tour and learn all about the UN's work in promoting peace and international cooperation. Next, we're off to see the iconic Jet d'eau, a giant fountain that shoots water 140 meters into the air. That's taller than the Statue of Liberty. Try and get a selfie without getting soaked. I hear it's good luck or maybe just a funny photo for your friends. Let's not forget the Red Cross Museum, a powerful testament to the organization's humanitarian work. You'll learn about the history of the Red Cross and their efforts to alleviate human suffering. Get those tissues ready, folks. It's a moving experience. And that's a wrap on Geneva. Tomorrow we explore a new city. Stay tuned. Ciao, everybody, and welcome to Lugano. It's day 11, and we're in the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland. Get ready for stunning lake views, charming streets, and maybe even a slice of pizza. First up, let's take a leisurely stroll through Parco Oceani. This beautiful park sits right on the shores of Lake Lugano and is the perfect place to relax and soak up some sun. Pack a picnic basket, grab a gelato, and enjoy the scenery. Next, we're going to feel like giants at the Swiss Miniature Park. They've got miniature versions of all the famous Swiss landmarks, like Chilln Castle, the Matterhorn, and even the Jet d'eau. It's like a tiny, adorable Switzerland you can explore in an afternoon. Afterward, explore the charming streets of Lugano's old town. You'll find cute boutiques, delicious restaurants, and maybe even stumble upon a hidden courtyard. And don't forget to try some local specialties while you're here, like polenta or risotto. Tomorrow, we're off to our final destination. You won't want to miss it. Welcome to day 12, everybody. We're in St. Moritz, which is basically Switzerland's version of Beverly Hills, but with better skiing. I hear they even have heated ski lifts. Heated ski lifts, can you imagine? No more frozen fingers. I'm adding that to my vision board. St. Moritz is known for its luxurious vibe and stunning natural beauty. You can spend the day skiing, snowboarding, or even bobsledding down an Olympic track. You know, just casual Tuesday stuff. And if you're anything like me, maybe just relax at the spa and enjoy the breathtaking views. Speaking of breathtaking, make sure you check out the Segantini Museum. This museum houses the works of Giovanni Segantini, a famous Italian painter. This place is full of stunning landscapes, and the views from the museum itself are just as beautiful as the paintings inside. And hey, after a long day of exploring, you deserve a little treat, right? St. Moritz is known for its incredible chocolate shops. So go ahead, indulge, you're on vacation. Just picture yourself wrapped in a cozy blanket, sipping hot chocolate with a view of the Swiss Alps. Doesn't that sound like the perfect end to your day? You made it! Day 13, you're back in Zurich. After all that gorgeous scenery, you deserve a little retail therapy. Head on over to Bahnhofstrasse, Zurich's version of Rodeo Drive, but with way more chocolate shops. And because no vacation is complete without a little animal adventure, spend the afternoon at the Zurich Zoo. You'll see elephants, penguins, and maybe even a few mountain goats who remind you of your time in the Alps. Can you believe it? 2 weeks in Switzerland just flew by. But don't worry, you'll have a suitcase full of memories and probably chocolate to take home. Speaking of souvenirs, let's talk budget. This trip is totally doable, even if you're not made of Swiss francs. We're talking about an average of 4,000 Swiss francs for 2 people. That covers everything from those cozy accommodations to those scenic train rides. And hey, if you pack light, you'll have more room in your suitcase for goodies and, maybe another watch. The best time to experience all this Swiss magic? Spring or fall. You'll get the best of both worlds, pleasant weather and fewer crowds. Well, that's all for now, folks. I hope this Swiss adventure has inspired you to pack your bags and chase those alpine dreams. Remember, life is short, so book the trip, eat the fondue, and take a picture with a very friendly Saint Bernard if you see one. Until next time, safe travels from your travel buddy ViewX.